let's retry that again.
Are you live streaming?
No, recording. And in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Blazing. Today, it's Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to all you guys. Hope you guys are having a great one. Hope you're with your loved ones or where you want to be. But today we're going to be doing the 5th spot in our PvP team building guide. So this spot is really important. Just like the 4th spot is, this one is either going to be a go-to one, or it's going to be the one that will boost up or protect your 2nd spot. So it depends on kind of how you look at it. But one of the things is that you're seeing a lot right now is people bringing in chakra generators and throwing them into the 5th spot, bringing them in on their 2nd turn, and then hitting one or multiple people, gaining some chakra, and moving on from there. So, with that being said, Rock Lee, a genius of hard work. This Rock Lee is the new PvP Blazing Bash. He is a heart unit. He has the highest attack stat of any, second highest now to the Knight guy, but for PvP standards, he's going to be have the highest attack stat. His speed isn't great. I kind of gone over him in the 4th spot, but he can get a boost by his 2nd dupe. Plus, you can put more speed pills in him, and when he does his first jutsu, he gets a 20% speed boost. So, if you have his 2nd dupe in him, plus with no speed pills, plus that 20% boost, he's going to go up to a 259, I believe, which is going to be very good. It's just, that's kind of up there where Madara is. So he's slow, but he boosts himself where he's not a hindrance anymore. He's going to do 27k damage to a skill unit, or 17 to 19k to a neutral unit. So that is really good. Plus his first jutsu is going to do an 18 hit count, so that's automatically going to give it's going to be the ultimate, which gives chakra to everyone else, and you can just keep feeding the jutsu line. You see him a lot in that 5th spot. He's a really powerful unit, so that's why you see him so much there. I'll get into a couple other people, but before I do, if you haven't already hit that sub button on the bottom right hand corner, go ahead and hit that if you're enjoying the content that I'm creating. And you're just enjoying your day, go ahead and hit that like button. That also helps me out tremendously. But the second person you see a lot of is a lot like the 4th spot, is the CM2 Sasuke. Sasuke chakra seals with his first jutsu. He's a 4-8 jutsu, just like Rock Lee is. He not jutsu seals, but he chakra seals you. His 2nd dupe again is a speed boost, so it's a 204, goes to 234, and with max speed pills, he's 264. So he's pretty good speed. His health is low. He's squishy. This Rock Lee is also squishy. He's only 29k. And he's squishy, 27k, 28k if you pill him out. But the thing about him is he does a lot of things really well. His hitbox is a circle long range, so he can hit multiple people at a pretty decent distance. And like I said, he has a 60% chance of chakra sealing them. So they won't be able to gain chakra until the next turn. It's one of those things that when they introduced him in OT, it kind of changed the meta around with a lot of way people did things. And he's arguably the best unit in PvP right now. So he's a guy that you can use there if you're using Rock Lee in the 1st spot to automatically get chakra, and then your 2nd spot is to Then you use him if your your fourth spot where the Rock Lee is comes in on the first spot, uses his jutsu, gains chakra. If your second guy got chakra sealed by this man, then you'd bring him in and counter it. It's a lot of countering back and forth depending on your setup. But he's a very good unit for that. Another person you see there is another Sasuke. This one's Sage 6-Path Sasuke. The thing with Sage 6-Path Sasuke is if you have him pretty much duped out, he has a 4-8 chakra. So that means you can put him on the second line and have someone else in that second spot, say Sage 6-Path Naruto. And you can just kind of go back and forth depending on what happens in the match. So if your second spot gets chakra sealed, he comes in, it can hit 1, 2 people. If he hits 2 people, he gets an ultimate, feeds more chakra to everyone else, and just continues the line. He has good speed at 270. He has 31k HP, which is average. He has 100% slip damage if you have this first dupe in him. He's just a good all-around unit. His attack isn't the highest. He does 11k neutral damage, but he does a lot more. So he's a very good unit. He's starting to get phased out a little bit, and by the next Blazing Bash, I'm pretty sure he'll probably be gone in most teams, because right now you're running into too many Garas and you're running into too many Sage 6-Path Naruto. Those two alone will Sage 6-Path Naruto will one-shot him. Gaara will darn near one-shot him. So you're starting to see him phase out a little bit more, but he's still a really good option. You see a lot in there. I use him on my teams quite often, just depending on how I'm playing with it. But he's still a really good option. And even if he doesn't have all his dupes, you don't have any dupes or one dupe in him, he can still get his first jutsu off on his first turn if you have someone feeding chakra into him. So that's why you see him in first, second, third spot, and you've seen him all the way up till now. You see him a lot because he's such a good unit. On the flip side, Sage 6-Path Naruto, you're going to use him as the dodger. So you're going to have your second spot guy. He's going to be behind him. He's going to help you dodge, and hopefully you get that dodge. And then he's going to come in on that second go around, and if you have all his dupes, of course, and he's going to one-shot almost anyone. This dude we all know he hits stupid hard. I've talked about him in all the other videos because he's a really good unit for this. He has 239 speed. Isn't the greatest. He's average health at 31k. He does hit very hard. And he has the crummy dodge mechanic as the buddy skill, so it can get quite cancerous, especially with like an Obito if he's teamed up with him and stuff. His second and his fourth dupe reduces wisdom type damage, so he's going to tank the element that he's weak against. Plus, if he's teamed up with another bravery unit, then it's going to reduce damage again by another 20%, so that's 60% reduction. Excuse me about that, guys. So that's 60%. That means he's not going to take much damage. He's going to take 8-9k damage from Sasuke. So that's going to help him out a lot if you have that many dupes in him. And once he has almost all his dupes, which is actually the fifth one, he goes to a 5-10 chakra. So he's completely viable in this. You see him a lot out there. And a lot of times you end up seeing Sasuke and Naruto in the second and fourth spot. Excuse me. Second and fifth spot. And they just flip-flop them back and forth because they're so interchangeable and they work so well together. Excuse me. So, in the fifth spot you also see a lot right now is Utataka. The reason why Utataka is in the fifth spot is for two reasons. One, Sasuke. He comes in, if he has all his dupes in the fourth spot, first spot, whatever, he comes in, does a jutsu to someone. Then you bring Utataka in that fifth spot. He comes in, whoever has slip damage is dead. A strong heart unit won't die, but that will be it. Everybody else will die. just because his first jutsu, as you guys know, if they have slip damage, it's a 10 times attack. He kills pretty much everyone. He's such a good unit for that. On top of that, he reduces damage by 20% as a buddy skill and 15 to 20% as a field skill. So he's going to help you tank better, who's ever in that second spot. Plus, he can come in and one-shot just about anyone after Sasuke does. So that gives you multiple options. That's why he's such a good unit, because he gives you options. Granted, he's squishy. 27k. He's getting one-shot by Rock Lee. Madara, I don't think he can one-shot him. I think it's really close, though. I think he does like 25k to him. So it's really, really close. But pretty much any good heart unit will one-shot him or, take him down like 1k HP. So he's a definitely glass cannon. He comes in, does a lot of damage. Great buddy skill. Okay speed at 222. Not the best, but is usable. He's just squishy. So it's definitely something you're going to have to look out for. The last unit I have here is Obito. Obito, as I've said in other ones, this is not typically a person that you see in that spot. I've used him lots of times in that spot, and you guys have seen my channel lately, my PvP fights. He was there a lot. He has boosting crit by 2.5 times, as a buddy skill. His field skill is 1.5 to 2%. He hits like a truck. His speed's not good, but pilled up 214 is not a hindrance. And he's a tank, 47k HP. He's a tank. He takes everything, and it will take 2 heart jutsus or 3 regular jutsus to kill this man. With an 830 jutsu, ultimate jutsu, it's just the highest in the game. Dude hits so hard. There's not a lot of bad things you can say about him. You just don't see him that much. He's just an outlier, so I wanted to throw him out there because that is someone you occasionally see here and there, but it's not someone that is prevalent a lot. But he can be someone there, so you do have to look out for that. But, most of the time you're going to see CM2 Sasuke, you're going to see Rock Lee. Those are your two you're going to primarily see. Those are your 2 best options. And it just depends on how the game changes. When I first started this series, Rock Lee wasn't quite out yet. Rock Lee's now out. The mode is also switched up from the first spot. Is now everyone's pushed back a spot. So first spot's actually second spot. Second spot is third spot, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's changing it up because they're countering everyone else who is using too fast players. Now they're countering that by taking the second spot over, blah, blah, blah. So the Rock Lee and the CM2 Sasuke in that 4th, 5th spot, they're interchangeable, but they're by far the 2 best people you have. If you have these guys, put them there. If you have multiple guys, multiple copies of these guys, putting them there works too. 4th, 5th, 6th spot, these are the go-to guys. Let me know down in the comment section who you're using for that 5th spot. Right now, me personally, I'm using Rock Lee. A majority of the time, Rock Lee is going to be there, and CM2 is always going to be my 4th spot. Even it doesn't matter what setup I have, what's going on. That's usually those 2 are not going to change out. But hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said before, go ahead and hit that sub button if you haven't subbed yet. Join the group here. We're growing slowly, but we are growing. And I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving. Other than that, you guys take care, and I'll see you on the flip.